Next is topic number 3. Financial ratios assess your financial strength and progress. Our learning objective in this topic is to evaluate your financial strength and progress using financial ratios. So ano ba yung financial ratios? These are numerical calculations designed to simplify the process of evaluating your financial strength and the progress of your financial condition. Yung ratios, they serve as tools to develop saving, spending, and credit use pattern consistent with your goals. So there are different types of ratios. First one is the basic liquidity ratio. It answers the question, can I pay for emergencies? So we all know, class, that liquidity is the speed with which an asset can be converted to cash. So if you want to determine the number of months that you could continue to meet your expenses using only your monetary assets, if all income ceases, you should know your basic liquidity ratio. Formula for the basic liquidity ratio is to divide your monetary or liquid assets by your monthly expenses. So ano nga ba yung mga monetary assets natin? So ito yung cash on hand, ito yung mga savings account and checking accounts mo. So you divide it by your monthly expenses. So in this example, the basic liquidity ratio is 0.82. So 0.82 suggests an insufficient monetary assets. So meaning, if 0.82 yung basic liquidity ratio mo, able to support your expenses for even 1 month if you face with the loss of income. So kapag nawalan ka ng job, ay hindi mo kayang ma-meet yung expenses mo by your monetary assets. The second financial ratio is the asset to debt ratio. It compares total assets with the total liabilities. That's why it answers the question, do I have enough assets compared with liabilities? It's very simple. We are just comparing here the assets and the liabilities. The formula is total assets over total debt. In our example, you can clearly see that the total assets are thrice more than the total debt. So they really have enough assets compared with liabilities. So a high ratio is desirable. Conversely, if you owe more than what you own, you are technically insolvent. And then the third financial ratio is the debt service to income ratio. It provides a view of your total debt burden by comparing the amount spent on gross annual debt repayments, including rent or mortgage payments, with gross annual income. It answers the question, can I meet my total debt obligations? In this ratio, we are focusing on the total debt obligations, kasama yung mga mortgage payments. A ratio of 0.36 or 36% or less is desirable. So kapag pataas na, kapag more than 36% or 0.36, it indicates of a unsuccessful finances. The formula to compute for the debt service to income ratio is equals to annual debt repayment. So when you say annual debt repayments, kasama dito yung mga mortgage payments over the gross income. In our example, the result is 24.85%. So it is less than the 36%, meaning this ratio is desirable. It indicates that gross income is adequate to make debt repayments, including housing cost, kasi kasama nga yung mga mortgage payment, and it implies that you usually have some flexibility in budgeting for expenses. This ratio should decrease as you grow older. So pwedeng ngayon, dahil nasa 20s pa lang kayo, nandun pa kayo sa more than 36. But as you grow older, dapat nagde-decrease yung debt service to income ratio nyo. Then the fourth financial ratio is the debt payments to disposable income ratio. Ito naman, it divides monthly disposable personal income. When you say monthly disposable personal income, this is not the gross income. Disposable income is the amount of your income remaining after taxes and withholding tax are deducted. So ito yung pinaka net pay or take home pay ninyo. So it estimates the funds available for debt repayment. It answers the question, can I pay my debts? Okay. So dito sa debt service to income ratio, um, kasama dito sa annual debt repayments, yung mga mortgage payment. While here, only the monthly non-mortgage debt repayments. Hindi kasama, exclude natin yung mga mortgage payment dito divided by the disposable income. So dito sa debt service to income ratio, ang kasama sa formula natin is the gross income. While here, only the disposable income or yung take-home pay nyo. Dito naman, a ratio of 15% or less is desirable. So, in our example, the debt payment to disposable income ratio is 9.32%, meaning it is less than 15%. So, this is desirable. When you have more than 16% debt payments to disposable income ratio, it is considered problematic because the person is making high debt payments and quickly would be in serious financial trouble if a disruption of income occurred. So, just like the debt service to income ratio, kailangan as you grow older, na a-achieve nyo yung 15% or less na ratio. And then the last financial ratio is the investment assets to total assets ratio. It compares the value of your investment assets to your total assets. It reveals how well an individual or family is advancing toward their financial goals for capital accumulation, especially as related to retirement. So it answers the question, do I need to invest more? The formula to compute for the investment assets to total assets ratio is that investment assets to total assets ratio is equals to investment assets over the total assets. A ratio of 50% or higher is desirable. A ratio of 10% might be appropriate for people in their 20s, 11 to 30% in their 30s, and about 30% for people in their 40s. So as you age, dapat lumalaki yung inyong investment assets sa total assets ratio. 50% or higher is desirable. So in our example, the ratio is only 35.2%. So, hindi enough yung investment niya compared to the total assets.